Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to episode 73 of Lifestyle Pirates with me, Big J, and him, Adriano.
Hola.
So this week we are joined by a good mate of mine who I see most mornings, and he makes me sweat and he kicks my ass and he makes me do things with my body that I don't like to do.
Interesting.
We're talking training here, nothing sinister, thank you. Ronnie Krongold, mate, welcome.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon.
It may depend.
Well, it depends where you are. Yeah.
It depends where the viewers are, where the listeners are. So that's why I cover all three.
You never know. It
bases.
could be kick-ons. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mate, how we doing?
Decent.
Yeah?
Finished work for the day. Finished training.
Yeah.
Now,
So
on, on a podcast, going home for dinner after this.
Lovely.
Another day in the office.
Perfect. Mate, just keep
Closer,
close to the
yeah.
microphone. Perfect. You got the pipes out with you as well, mate.
What, my guns?
Yeah, you got them out. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll. I'm sure the female
dark side.
viewership. The female viewership will go.
Is that your
through
gym?
from this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, not mine. I don't own
Yeah.
the gym, but yeah, I train in Darkside.
Yeah,
Darkside
okay.
apparel.
So tell me more about you guys sweating in the morning together. You guys train together?
Absolutely. Well, mate, I like my boxing, so I train at the Corporate Fighter gym. Been there for a long time, and then Ronnie takes the class.
Yeah.
On a Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and then Friday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, on a Monday, it's always that kind of sweat out the beer from the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, conditioning on Mondays.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, Monday's
and
trouble.
side plank. I don't think there's any benefit
Yeah.
for side planks at all, just quietly. Just quietly.
You get your stability, like your straight stability. So if you engage the middle, you also got to get this one and you got to get this one.
Yeah, okay.
Like a
Yeah,
brick
John,
wall.
you got those?
Brick wall.
I got none of the
That's-
above.
He's not bad. He's not
You got
bad.
those in
He's not
spades,
bad.
mate.
What happens if you got nothing? But mate, we're gonna talk. Oh, what happened to that? Oh, there we go. We're back in the mix. You've got quite an interesting journey. You are an amateur fighter, amateur boxer. You've had 7 fights. You're also in studying at the moment. You're a bit of a tradie, and you've also been on reality TV as well. So it's a little bit we've got to cover.
Yeah.
But I guess to give people context into who Ronnie is, mate, who are you? Where did all this come from? Because you're only young as well.
Yeah. I'm 24 now. To be honest, I was always ambitious. Like ever since I was young, like I always wanted to. Doesn't matter what I do, like I kind of want to be the best, which works good and bad. Like sometimes I'll get if I start like losing ship and someone's getting better than me at something, whatever, could be painting, could be my degree, could be boxing. I'd lose a bit of motivation when I was younger, but I'd say now as I'm starting to get older and becoming into my own man, I've started to have a bit more resilience. It's like, okay, if I'm not the best or I'm not close to being the best, it just means I've got to put like more work in, train harder, and yeah, just keep at it, be patient, just keep doing the same shit, and then one day it'll all work out. And to be honest, I got to thank like my coach for teaching me that as well.
Yeah. I like how you defaulted to train harder, not work harder.
Yeah.
Why train harder? What does training do for you?
I mean, for me in my life where I'm standing at right now, my goal is like I want to be the best possible fighter, best possible boxer that I can be.
Yep.
And like more so to like prove that shit to myself. Like I want to be able to get in the mix with like any fighter in the world, in any venue, in any stadium, and hold my own and do well. Like in that's kind of my goal. So when we say just got to train hard, it's because my goals are more so in boxing than in say painting, which I'm doing right now.
Yep.
But I still want to be a good painter, so I try work hard when I go to work.
And
Why boxing? Sorry, John.
No.
It's a good question. It's a really good question. In short, I don't know. Like, there's just something.
Well, out of all of the codes, because I love boxing as well, right?
Yeah.
Don't box, but I've been boxed. But anyway, so
Same,
I like
same. Don't worry. Bro.
so I get the whole boxing thing. So, but why that code for you? Why not like Muay Thai? Why like mixed martial arts? Any
Okay.
sort of things? Like, why would you choose boxing over all the other codes?
Yeah. So when I went to the gym, to the combat gym for the first time, I was 16 years old. At the time, it was actually a Muay Thai gym. So you had Muay Thai classes and they also had boxing classes running. So I did both. Like I practiced Muay Thai and I did a bit of boxing, and I always liked boxing better. I think it's because my coach to me at that time was more relatable. Like he took me in, like he gave me so much attention when I was 16, because you have like 40-year-olds in the gym, 50-year-olds just trying to get like cardio. You don't get teenagers too often in that gym. So he just gave me like all the attention. And I think just from having like a masculine, you know, dude in the gym who's a boxing coach, an ex-professional fighter, like giving me attention and stuff. It made me like fall in love with it and get confident in myself. And then ever since I got somewhat okay at boxing, it was always boxing. But to be honest, now my coach now is teaching us a little bit of wrestling, but for the purpose of boxing, like in the clinch and stuff. And I low-key like it. Like if I was 16 and I started with wrestling, I'd probably be doing wrestling now. It just happens to be boxing.
So learning those little tricks and stuff in the wrestling side of things, it really helps when you when you start hugging.
I mean, I'm not supposed to be the one hugging. It's like when they come to hug me, they can't hug me because I'm able to wrestle and hit them in the clinch. So then they don't want to hug, and then that you take that tool out of their toolbox. To survive in a fight or to do well in a fight, they can't hold you anymore. That's the goal. I'm still not amazing at it because I'm still new to wrestling, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
100%.
Surely.
It's true what you said, you know, like the more you got to train harder because, you know, if you do train harder, it's not work. You know, it just comes natural. So, yeah, the thing about you, how you said about, you know, you said train, not work, because you train so you don't have to work, in my opinion.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's fair.
When it pays the bills and then I don't have to work during the day.
100%.
Sometimes I will not lie. I finish work at like 3 o'clock and I have to go straight to the gym. And like, I'm battling demons going to training. I'm like, I do not want to go to training. But like,
so you're Arvo trainer?
Yeah, but I mean the classes where our coach takes them is in the afternoon from 4 o'clock to 7:30. So we train 3.5 hour block in the evening, and then some of the other fighters also do like a morning 1 hour block. So in total like 4-ish hours a day.
Did you say every day?
Every day except for Sunday. Sunday's our day off.
Sabbath. I get it.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty crazy training, man. That's good.
You get used to it. Like when I first came to this gym and the coach is like, "Oh, we do 3.5 hour block." I'm like, "Man, no way." Like,
you're kidding me.
That's crazy. How's that physically possible? He's like, if you're in this gym, you just got to like trust me. Look at everyone else; they're all able to do it. And then I like just stuck to it. And then now I'm at a stage where like I can do more. Like to be honest, I can do more.
Do you
when they pay me, I'll do more.
Do you think training more than that is just no reason to? Do you like? Is there a point in training where if you train too much, you're doing worse, or now that you're conditioned that you train 6 days a week, doesn't really make a difference?
Like overtraining.
Yeah.
I got put it like this. Like in World War II, you got the troops in trenches for months at a time, and you think like on one of those days, one of the Allied soldiers comes up and is like, "Oh, I think I've overworked my shoulder. My shoulder hurts. I can't jump over the barracks and shoot today." Like that would never exist, So it's kind of the same.
They also have guns at their head.
I understand. I understand. But the point is, like back then, like the men were fucking men, and like to do well in the sport of boxing, I feel you got to grit it out. Like if you have a broken hand, you still got to fight with a broken hand. If you call the promote, like when you turn pro, if you call the promoter and pull out of a fight, like 1 week before when everything's been organized because, I fractured my knuckle or I'm sick or I've overtrained, I got a shoulder injury, you're not going to get many more opportunities and you're going to lose a lot of fans. So you kind of have to be that fighter that fights, like no matter the circumstances, doesn't matter how tired you are, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter against who, like you just fight because you like to fight. Type of shit.
So, for example, a medical. So, if you get a fractured hand, can you still pass a medical to fight?
To be honest, my last 2 fights of last year, I had a fracture there in my hand. And you get assessed by a doctor. I'm not sure how it works in the pros. The doctor comes and literally touches you here, touches you like this, and you say, "No, I'm sweet, I'm cool, I'm cool." I'm good. Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's basically what I did.
Yeah.
And to be honest, in the fight, I'm yet to have like a real like a fractured arm or a dislocated shoulder, but I didn't feel it too much in the fight because you have a lot of adrenaline, and those 2 fights I was pretty nervous. I won't lie. One of them I wasn't, but the other one I was nervous. So like my feelings were more to do with my nerves and like dealing with my nerves than my hands. So like you don't think of it too much. And you see it all the time on TV, like the fighters come out after the fight and they say, I shattered my right hand, but you rewatch the fight and they were just throwing the right hand the whole fight. And you can understand like at that level, at the professional level, the fighters that make it, they make do like with the circumstances. And if I'm unable to do that, say for example, if I'm overtrained or I can't make training for that, I can't stay training for that extra hour, am I ever going to be good enough to mix it with those guys? Because it's mental at that
100%.
level.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So speaking of that up there, Tyson said, it's got a very famous phrase. He says, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the head. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, it's fucking true. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the head by someone that can hit. you know, like say if I just reminisce on like my sparring sessions and my fights this year, you have a whole, like, so you have a lot of boxers out there, you got a lot of people that box, but there's like a handful of guys that can genuinely hit, like where you get hit and your whole body like vibrates, like you feel that shit. We got one of them,
It's like your phone's going off.
One of them is my training partner. Like you even block the shot and you're like, it's like you step in front of a car and it kind of like hits you, like like your back, you feel your spine kind of like shiver a little bit. And I feel is like everyone's got an idea of what to do in their head until they get smacked into reality. And they're like, oh shit, like I might get knocked out in front of all of these people in attendance. How about we move around and try and not get knocked out rather than actually come to win the fight?
Full shocked.
Full shocked.
So tell me, that trainer that you mentioned, was that one of those 40-year-olds that you were slagging off before?
Say again?
The trainer, the guy that hits you and makes you shocked. No. Is he a 40-year-old?
No, he's not a trainer. He's a professional fighter.
Yeah. He's old?
His name's Anton. No, he's younger than me. He's 21. No,
I was hoping he's going to be one of those old blokes you're taking a piss off before. I was like, man, 40 years old. Man, it's not that old.
Yeah, I mean,
all these guys just doing it for cardio. Fuck, I was going to ask him, where can I train?
My coach hits harder than him, and my coach is 47. So, he's still got the hands.
Yeah, good man.
And so what's the journey then from where you are? So you've done 7 fights going from amateur to pro. And I guess, how does it work in terms of that? I mean, you mentioned about the promoter and the events. What's that process?
So on that end of the things, I'm leaving it all to my coach and to the manager of the gym. There's a girl called Eden as well. She's in charge of like organizing careers and who's fighting, when they're fighting, who they're fighting, and all of that. I leave all of that business side of things to my coach. When my coach gives me the thumbs up, we're ready to turn pro. That's when we're ready to turn pro. Yeah. Says, oh, we're going to fight here. Oh, we're going to fight here. Like I'll leave that to him. Because to be honest, my shortfall in boxing for the minute is sometimes when I'm inside the ring, I'm not really present. I'm not really focused exactly on, hey, what's the guy throwing at me? Okay, he's moving to the right. Oh, he's got a good right hand. Let's not get hit by that right hand. I start thinking about irrelevant things like, oh, if I'm boxing like this, how the fuck am I going to be a world champion? And like that shit is years in the future. Or how are the judges viewing the fight? Or what a trek home it's going to be from Newcastle. Like sometimes my brain slips and it goes into places that are not what I'm meant to be concentrating. So it's kind of easy to just leave that to the coaches of the gym. If that was the question.
Yeah, how does that work? Because I mean, look, I've done one charity boxing match. I had to be present. Like, how does it? Your mind goes elsewhere. Like I was trying to breathe, but you know,
John, like I can answer this in so many ways. I'll summarize by saying like, I don't know, but to be honest, it's because like say at the beginning I was saying how I'm ambitious. So like when I box in the boxing ring, and it's weird because it's not like this. I've been told it's not like this in other combat sports, but in boxing, like your true character kind of gets revealed, especially when it kind of gets tough inside the ring. So let's say you're not really about it and you're getting pumped in the fight. Like a lot of fighters will start to kind of like shell up and put themselves in positions where the referee can stop the fight. Other guys that really don't care, and they just go swinging and they are careless. You know, they're generally careless in life and like wild in life. Like it's weird. It's something that's hard to explain because unless you like been in the ring many times and like consistently, like it's hard to understand. But like your true character as a man comes out inside the boxing ring. So I'm a mad overthinker like in life, and I'm mad like I want to be like the best. So when I'm inside the boxing ring, I'm thinking, oh, do I look good? Like when I'm throwing the punches, is my technique looking good? Am I winning the fight? Which can take away from being present, because when you're thinking about those things, you're not really concentrating on, how's the jab coming? Okay, I got to slip. I got to come in from this angle over here.
So how do you fix that?
More practice, but like I started to meditate recently. I started to try my best not to overthink. Like when someone comes and makes a comment, just take the comment on face value. Stop trying to like, why did he say this comment? For what purpose? What's he trying to instill in me? Like just try in general, stop overthinking and just do, which the painting helps with. Because I just go to work, I finish work, I'm knackered, I go to training, I'm knackered, I come back home, I eat dinner, I sleep, and then I repeat. And it leaves me with no time in the day to sit down and start overthinking, is what I'm doing correct? Am I going to make it? Or am I wasting my time putting all of this effort into a very difficult achievement to accomplish? So it's, in other words, like kill all the free time that you have.
Do you love it?
I do like it. I do like what the boxing, the painting.
Yeah,
All.
the
Yeah.
boxing and stuff, and not only that, the vision of where you're going to be.
Yeah, I fucking love boxing. I fucking love it. Like one of the big fears for me is like when I can't box anymore, it's like I got to find another activity to replace it. Maybe weights.
Yeah.
Is it interesting, weights?
Well, I don't know.
You don't do weights? I would have guessed you did weights.
No,
Oh, that's all he needs is a confidence. Look at him. He's like, oh no, I don't do weights.
I train. I'm not a bodybuilder. You fucking relax, John. No, it was interesting what you said, that your true colors are revealed when you do something like that, right?
Yeah, I found that interesting.
So, for example, like I drive race cars on the odd occasion, and I was going around the track, and one of these corners that I was coming up to, the only thing I could think about was what they were serving at the canteen. So for him to say that, I'm like, fuck, deep down, I'm just a fat cunt. Sorry for that C-bomb.
Oh my days.
I'm going to have to bleep that C-bomb, but actually I'm not going to. I'm lying. But yeah, that's actually really, really interesting to sort of understand that you can actually think that when you're in a boxing ring. You know, you're slipping, you're going around the ring, you're getting punched in the head, and you're thinking about, fuck, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Fuck, man, I'd just be thinking, all right, how the hell am I going to survive this fucking round? You know?
Yeah.
I just murdered the bloke.
Tyson's quote kind of comes along those lines where it's like your true character comes out. That's what he means. But like everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Like your true characters, once I crack you with Mike Tyson's fist, once I crack you with that, like your true character is going to be revealed, and like you're not going to want to stick to your game plan. You're going to panic.
Yeah.
Like, you will panic.
Yeah, of course. Like
That's what he meant.
You get shook.
Yeah.
Man, I seen when he was training recently. Like, bro, the bloke still punches like a fucking machine.
Yeah. It's a technique. It's the movement.
Scares the shit out of me, that bloke. That bloke could like smash a garbage truck.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter, you know when they bashed a Lexus? Like that's that bloke. He could bash the shit out of a Lexus and get full points straight away.
He has. You've seen the videos of him cracking guys in public.
Yeah. So who's your favourite boxer?
That's changed over the years. Subriel Matias. He's this Puerto Rican fighter now, probably going to be in the same weight category as me when I turn pro. He's good. Solid. You crack him with your heaviest shots, he'll take it, he'll block it, he'll eat it on the head, he'll come forward and he'll land his power punches back. Yeah. He's just a pressure fighter.
Yeah.
Interesting to watch because his record is 19-1, 19 knockouts, 1 death. He's got a body, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, killed someone on his record, yeah.
Fuck, is that a different belt? Fucking hell. Fuck, imagine that. Who you versing today? Yeah, this bloke. He's killed someone.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. And actually, his last 4 opponents quit on the stool, so I feel like that's mental. I feel they were getting pumped in the fight, and they kind of, this guy's got a body on his record. Maybe I should call it here.
On the stool, they called it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's like, nah, bro. This bloke kills people.
Last 4
This bloke kills people.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting this guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's another thing you have to think about.
That's one hell of one for your record, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's not a good record to have. Well, let's be clear.
No, obviously. But it's like, how does he bounce back from that?
Yeah.
So difficult to bounce back from a,
you get into the ring, you understand what you're getting in.
Yeah, but difficult to bounce back from a win because then you got to back it up. Difficult to bounce back from a loss because you're doubting your mind. Like if you've done your best, if you trained your hardest, then you got doubt. If you've had the scenario there where, how do you bounce back from that?
The way that we're taught is you take all emotions out of boxing. What we're doing is we're fighting, but it's a sport. You take the emotions completely out. And I know if that ever happened to anyone in our gym, our coach would be like, don't look at it emotionally. This is what happens. This is the game that you're part of.
I guess to your point about being the racing as well, race car drivers would be the same. I think most things it's a risk. Right?
Yeah. Super safe these days though for motorsport. I suppose boxing is as well, compared to what it used to be. They stopped you're not allowed to do a lot of the things that they used to be able to do in boxing, which is good. The
duration of the fight.
Yeah, the mortality rate of boxing has definitely gone down in comparison to what it used to be.
Yeah, ringside doctor. Always get knocked out, you have to go get yourself checked out. You can't just go home.
Yeah, even if you have a certain crash at a track, even if it's not a bad one, you still need to get signed off by medical and stuff like that.
Oh, so you do this often, the racing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And they check seatbelt tethers, everything. So if there's some cars have G sensors on them, so if you hit a certain amount of Gs, you need to get scans and everything done to your head. So
oh wow,
yeah. So it's very similar sort of thing, and it's good to have those sort of checks because if you've been concussed or something like that, you can go home, you don't even know you got internal bleeding. you know, and then before you know it, you lose vision, bang, you're out.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
Yeah. So you look up to this boxer. That's who you want to be. That helps get you up out of bed in the morning.
Not really, no. Like
Okay.
I feel I'll be better than him, but I like his style. His style is
yeah.
kind of like similar to mine. I'd say my punch technique is probably a bit better, but like his structure and like his mental as well, and all the things that you don't really people look at punches and knockouts, but they don't look at all the little things, like his composure and his ability to get cracked and still stick to the same game plan. His mental, his focus, his levels above. That's why he's at that level. Like that's the shit that I got to catch up in now.
Yeah.
Like, I got a big steps to take to catch up in those.
Yeah. So what's the goals for this year? So we're new year.
As many fights as I can. Get to a level where when I'm fighting, I'm fucking present and I'm not panicking and thinking, oh, I need to win this fight. Am I winning the fight? Like actually go and box in the fights the way that I spar inside the gym. Yeah, is the goal.
And out of interest, so how many fights can you do in a year?
Oh, last year I have 8 fights. Last year I did 7.
Okay.
I did 1 when I was 16.
Yeah.
If I'm active and my coach is getting me lots of fights, I can probably have like 15 to 20 fights this year.
Wow.
Which I will be more active than I was last year, because last year I let my weight go up and down a little bit.
You're preaching to the converted here. We all do that.
And also it was my first fight with my coach at this gym. So he's more like, we do the fight, we fix the mistakes in training, then we book in another fight. But this year will be a bit different. It's more like fight. Yeah. So probably 15 to 20 this year.
Yeah, cool.
That's a lot of fights.
Yeah. But it's only 3 rounds, so it's easy to do.
So tell me, the transition... I know, right? Just shrugging that off. Yeah,
exactly.
I tell you, 3 rounds, man. You're only getting your fucking head kicked in.
I was saying compared to 12 rounds of damage versus 3, you know.
So tell me, the transition between amateur and pro, right? Now, I've got mates who have done boxing and they've said, you know, once you turn pro, like it's the money thing's an issue, right? I don't know enough about the sport to be able to pull that down any more than that, but like the transition between amateur to pro, what are the main differences and why would you go for pro if you're amateur? You know, what's the difference? What's the game plan?
There's differences in every aspect, from the business side of things to the actual styles and what's better suited to winning an amateur fight versus a pro fight. I'm not too versed on the history of boxing, but somewhere upon a time, amateur boxing and pro boxing was scored the same. It's just like kind of practice to turn pro. And then somewhere along the lines, they increased the glove size. They changed the scoring to who is landing more shots rather than who's doing more damage. Meanwhile, pros has always been who's done more damage. So the way to win, say, an Olympic medal in the amateurs, or the way that they have been doing over the past 10 years, is guys moving a lot. And moving a lot for the purpose of unpredictability, you know, like hit you and quickly move away, hit you, quickly move away, but the actual contact is not devastating contact. It's just touch. In pros, meanwhile, this style, by the way, can win world titles. In the pros, you can translate it, get super fit, move around, you can win world titles, but you're not going to get paid a lot because you're boring to watch. You know, like you got to look at where the money's coming from in the professional boxing, and the money's coming from the fans. And what do the fans like to see? They like to see violence. They like to see knockouts. They like to see blood. I see rough stuff, you know, like gladiator type stuff. So that's why most fighters, or a lot of fighters that I know, when they want to turn pro, they start to work on their power. They start to work on maintaining their energy so they can throw power more often rather than moving around and gassing themselves out. The money thing is an issue, yes, because it's hard to make money in boxing, especially in the beginning. And let's say I'm 24. Let's say I turn pro at 25, 26. Your first like 5 to 10 fights, you're not going to make shit. Like actually most of the money is probably going to get paid to your opponent, because to get an opponent, right? Say I have a fight here in Sydney. We got to find an opponent. There's not too many boxers in Australia. So who's ready? Probably going to be fighters outside of New South Wales. They're not going to bring any fans because no one knows who the fuck they are in Sydney. So we got to pay their purse out of our pocket, which means I need a sponsor behind my back who's fronting money for me to pay my opponent. You know, and then on top of that, I've got to pay for, you know, usually there's catering at these events. We got to participate in catering, in seating, tickets. Like there's a whole bunch of other expenses, referees, officials. Like that stuff doesn't come out of nowhere. The promoter fronts that money before he gets that money back after the event. So he has to front the money. So he has to believe that you're going to sell enough tickets so that it gets complicated. I'm not too well versed in the business side of things because I've only just started to learn this over the past like 6 months.
Yeah.
Just seeing the what's happening with the other professional fighters we have in the gym.
Yeah.
Like one of them got paid $0 in his last fight.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of similar when we used to run the events as well, wasn't it? You know,
I was really thinking about that.
You book a venue, and then the venue would have a minimum spend. Let's say they'd have a $5,000 minimum spend. Then you'd book the artists, and then you'd sell tickets, and you kind of just, you hope, right?
That it's
a
profit.
You try and do enough promotion. Then once everything's paid, you look at what's left and go, right, well, what have we got? And 9 times out of 10, when you're starting, you're putting that whatever profit left back into the next fight or the next event or the next promo, you know.
So let's say you're the promoter, right? Who are you looking for to put on your events as a fighter?
Someone who sells tickets.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how do you know someone's going to sell tickets? One, either they're very like well spoken and popular, and everyone's like, oh my god, I love that guy. Or two, they're just a fucking good fighter.
Yeah.
I feel it's easy. The latter is easier. I feel.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't have to fake shit. Like
Yeah,
just
100%.
Go and be a good fighter. Be yourself. And
Well, so this is interesting because I watched. I didn't know who this guy was until the other day, right? You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Yeah,
Because I spoke to you about it. Have you heard of Jake Paul?
Yeah. Fucking toolbox.
Right. Okay. But like, I didn't know this guy. He came up on the old Netflix algorithm.
The Paul brothers.
But listening to his story is a really interesting approach into this space because he's now a boxer. But he, in essence, used his social media following and all the followers and things, but then worked out from a marketing point of view, if you play the underdog, everyone hates you. They want to see you lose. And of course, he was his own promoter, from what I can understand. So he was collecting a lot of the purse and things. But that was his approach, was, okay, well, I'm going to be the obnoxious, I'm going to be the arrogant, I'm going to be the hated one, because in one, everybody wants to fight me. 2, everybody wants to pay to see me lose, and I will back myself and I won't lose. And I think he lost his one against Fury towards the end.
yeah, it was like a split decision.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight.
But otherwise, he was calling out MMA fighters and all these different codes.
Canelo.
Yeah, and beating them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anderson Silva. Yeah.
And beating them. So very different approach. But to your bit, and I guess to when we talk about the events, he had the social media following now, you know, which that he was leveraging, and that was global. So, and I guess now with obviously pay-per-view and stuff, you can now reach a global audience, and they interview a few boxers on this doco, and a lot of them are saying, like Mike Tyson, well, this guy's helped bring boxing back into the limelight. You know, this helped bring it back to be popular, which I guess a lot of the purists have said, well, no, he's just an idiot, he's just an influencer. But it's interesting to see what side of the
What's your thought on him as a boxer?
Oh, him as a boxer, like you watch it and you're like newbie. But like you can't discredit him. Like he started. How long has he been boxing for?
I think like 3 years, not even that.
Yeah, like exactly. Like and also you'll find this out when you like fight a lot or when you start to fight. Like you can be amazing in the gym, you can be like world class in the gym, and then you can go and fight like an absolute spastic just because you panic in the moment. And you know, like say you're public speaking and you have like a nervous breakdown and you're like Yeah. So imagine that, but reiterated in boxing terms. You're standing there like stiff and you're throwing punches and like
Yeah, of course. You don't want that shit.
It can all go wrong. Yeah. So I'm saying Jake Paul's done well in that he can spar and then he can rock up on fight night and perform and win. Yeah. You know, so I think he's done fucking amazing for 3 years of boxing. And you're right about like bringing other eyes to the sport. His market is like the what do they call them? Gen Z. They go on Instagram, TikTok. All of these guys like to watch fighting now, not just boxing, but UFC now too. Yeah. Because I think a lot of the athletes from the UFC and boxing, they like call each other out or talk and shit on Instagram. So like you're getting more fans for both combat sports.
Yeah, very
sick.
Approach.
You know, awesome.
And mate, let's talk about influencers and social media and all that kind of stuff, because you did do a little stint on reality TV as well.
Yeah.
There's some lovely pictures of you on Love Island, mate. Back in 2021.
Love Island.
Yeah.
I can spill your beans. What happened? Come on.
Talk to me about that. What was that about?
All right, I can start from the top.
We've got time.
Well, what? Firstly, just saying to my audience, I was 21 years old. I was a bit confused with my life and like my purpose in life and what I should be doing as a man. Back then, I was finishing my degree and I had the great idea. I was working in a bar and I had lots of Latin friends and I had a great idea that the purpose of life is to travel and experience things outside of my country. So I organized an exchange term for university in Madrid in Spain. And my goal was to learn Spanish and live abroad and be like the traveler guy that lived abroad, learned new experiences, awoken to what life is.
Dripping in white linen.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. I'll say now a bit delusional, sure, but that was during the COVID year and when COVID first started. So that exchange semester got cancelled 2 weeks before I was meant to leave. Yep. So I put in a second application and that one for the later term, and that one also got cancelled, and they didn't give me a lot of time. They gave me like 2 weeks. And we're midway through the year and I'm like, well, fuck, like what do I do this year? Like, I don't really want to study in Sydney. I'm so sick of my degree. And then my mates sent me on Facebook the application for Love Island. And bear in mind, like, I'd never seen Love Island before. I'd seen this show, British show, actually, X on the Beach before, with this guy called Scotty T. And I laughed. I found it funny. So I just assumed it was going to be same, but Australian version. So I applied. And then once I applied, I got a message back putting me to the next stage of applications and the next stage. And then I kind of got the gist like, yo, like, I'm probably going to be on this fucking show. I'm 21. Like, yeah, sure. I like to party. I like to like meet girls and stuff. So I thought I'm more treated like my holiday, you know, like, I have nothing more to do in Sydney. I have nothing important to do. Let's just go on this holiday, get some girls and be out of there. And yeah, like I did the show. I can say some stories about the show as well. And then I came back and I kind of got a girlfriend outside of the show. And then that kind of led me back to boxing because I got a bit like depressed and shit. And I was like, fuck, I need to do like something important. I've missed so many steps here, by the way, but I'm just
fucking,
giving you
I was about to say,
yeah,
slow down, Turbo. Fucking slow down.
Yeah.
Let's pull it
Like,
back.
there's so much to this
shit
story.
I need to unpack there.
There's so much shit to this story.
Thank you for sharing your kind of why, because again, we speak a lot. We've just spoken about an influencer, right? So I think a lot of the younger generation, they look at that as a really quick way to make money, be rich, be successful, be popular, be famous, all that kind of stuff. So
my mind was kind of along those lines. When I looked like I was going to be on the show, I was like, oh, this might actually open. I thought I was going to be like a lawyer or some shit in fucking overseas. Yeah. And this kind of opened my mind. I'm like, oh, I might actually have a different job on the cards here.
Yeah. So you how was that kind of process in interviewing for it? What did you go through there? Was it just questionnaires, or did they do kind of psych stuff?
Any face-to-face?
Yeah, you had all of it. So at the beginning, it was just applications that they give you a question. They ask like sexual questions, like inappropriate kind of questions, and you give your response. And back then, my state of mind is like, I wouldn't think before I speak. Like, you'll ask me a question, I'll just fucking like say the first thing that comes on my tongue. Yeah, exactly. And you end up saying like hella vulgar stuff and just things that are like are best kept quiet. You get what I mean? And I guess the producers were like, oh, we could do with a clown like this on the show. Yeah. And like, it was smooth. Like the next stages of the applications, I would come into a room like this and sit on a table with a microphone, and there'd be someone behind the camera asking me questions, and you just answer openly. And again, like, I was pretty vulgar. They're like, oh, so what do you do with your life? And I just say shit like, oh, I just like to get girls, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that one led to two, and then I ended up on the show. And yeah.
Did you play a character?
No, like that's when I left.
You had a chance to redeem yourself there, bro.
Yeah. when I left the show, I realized, I was like, oh, bro, like, I probably should have like played a diplomatic character on the show.
No. Played obnoxious Jake Paul, bro.
Right. Well, I failed at that too anyways. No, because you meet all of these guys outside of the show, and like most of them are pretty different, like outside of the show, and they say different shit, and actually their vulgar language starts to appear, like the shit that they say will come out outside of the show, and it makes you realize it's like, oh, you guys were smart. You guys had watched this series before and knew what you were getting yourselves into. But I knew that I had to do that kind of experience at that age, because if I didn't, I feel where I'd still be playing on my mind. Like, oh, well, what if I go the easy route in life? Like you go and be like a influencer or a model or one of those things. Like you go the non-productive route.
Thank you for looking at me when you said model, mate. I appreciate that.
So, this still, mate, you ain't getting away with this fucking easily, I'll tell you that. So, day one. Tell me day one, you got your bags packed, you go to fucking this island. Is it an island? I don't even know.
No, it's irrelevant a farm anyway. In Byron Bay.
It's a farm at
Byron. It was a farm in Byron Bay because it was COVID.
Isn't this Love Island?
Yeah, we couldn't go to Spain because COVID restrictions.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, and then the season after me goes to fucking Madrid, and they're all staying there. They're all staying there. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
You got ripped.
Yeah.
You got absolutely ripped.
Yeah, literally.
So tell me, Day one, you're on the farm for Love Island. Tell me what happened.
Bro, I was so fucking nervous, man. They put like a microphone here, and you like there's you know the setting. You know there's 5 girls standing here, and you have to walk through these doors, and you walk past the girls, and then the girls got to pick. And this is your first time properly on mic. They like touched your face up with makeup, and there's a producer standing next to me behind the door saying, "Okay, when I count down from 3, you walk in." And I'm standing there like, "Holy fuck, this is so nerve wracking." And then anyways, I just like walked in and did my shit. And I won't lie, on the first day when I was speaking to people, I felt hella uncomfortable. Like with because you're there, but you know there's cameras watching you. Like you literally can hear the camera. And then you got big bunkers that they created out of like fucking Gyprock or some shit. It would have been Gyprock. And they got big cameras coming out, and you can hear the guys talking inside the bunkers because they're filming, and they're like, "Oh, there's a good conversation here, turn." And you can hear it talk. So like when you're talking to someone in the side of my ear, I can feel presence of other people, and I felt hella uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but you get really used to it since you're there for 24 hours a day, no phone. Not really any breaks without the microphones, only to eat, which is like 20 minutes per meal-ish. You don't have the microphones on, and they tell you you're not allowed to speak to each other about like things that can be on TV during that time. So you just talk about...
fucking way.
So in that time, we just talk about producers and stuff that they're not going to put on the TV, like personal stuff.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you're mic'd up and there's cameras everywhere. So you get used to it. So you start to speak to people like not like a fucking sped.
Yeah.
Like you start to speak to people normally and like see who they are as a person.
Yeah.
So I thought. And I was, the first few days for me was good because it was new to me. Like it was fun. Like it was really fun. I'm like, fuck, like this is a new experience. Like I'm on a fucking TV show. Like it seemed like something cool to me. And then after a while, I fell out with like, say, most of the guys that were there. Like I wasn't like getting along with them.
Yeah.
There wasn't like anything in common. And with the girls, like I wasn't really respected by the girls. To be fair, I was fucking 21 and talking shit when I was there. But yeah, like the girls, you got other guys that are like 28, 27 that are, you know, tradies, already got money saved, already got like careers kind of planned in their head. And obviously these are the guys that the girls are going to be more swayed by. So like I kind of got dipped out. I didn't really have a girl. No girl really liked me then. I'd stopped enjoying the experience after a few days.
So why did they put you in with a load of older people?
Well, I mean, there were some girls there that were closer to my age. There was a 21-year-old girl, 22-year-old girl. Yeah. I'm not sure.
And I'm ignorant to the purpose of this show.
Yeah, same.
What's the purpose of it?
I mean, I feel you hit the nail on the head. I'll answer you. The purpose is to entertain the people that watch at home. Who are the people that watch at home? Basically, many women.
But there's a winner. There's a winning couple.
Oh, right. Okay. Purpose. Yeah. There's a winning couple. So you end up having random eliminations all throughout the show.
So it's a hookup show. It's about hooking up.
Yes and no, because when I was there, no one was really hooking up. They were kissing, sure, but like no one was doing like frisky shit in the bedroom and stuff, which is fair enough. You're sleeping in the same room with everyone. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. So everyone's in the same room?
Yeah.
Sleeping?
Yeah. And the beds are like this far apart as well. Like you just walk in the middle. It is weird. Yeah, it is weird.
What about like showering and like...
Yeah, we got one shower on the first... I'll say this here. On the first day you come in, we got one shower in the boys' bathroom, and it's like that big, and it just comes straight from the ceiling down. And they give you like 20 minutes to get ready for dinner, bro. So all the guys just fucking jump in the shower together, like naked and shit. And I was low-key sitting there like, this is kind of fucking gay, bro.
that's pretty confronting, bro.
I'm not sure I want to jump in, but at the same time, every other guy stepped in. I didn't want to be the one guy who's like, no, that is not cool. I'm not going to step in. So I stepped in as well. But yeah, guys shower together, get changed together. Like there's no privacy on the island. And for me... /farm, exactly. And for me, I won't lie, one of the challenges, I hate saying it because like in life, you got like genuine challenges. Say, for example, in Gaza right now, you got like genuine fucking challenges where people are, you know, fighting to live and like just survive. And for me, I'll say one of the challenges was your lack of coming back to like your network. Say you're having a bad day, you like to come home to a peaceful environment by yourself so you can debrief by yourself or with a partner or with a friend. Like there, you didn't have that opportunity. Like even I would go and sit somewhere by myself to just like chill in myself, and someone would come up and be like, oh, Ronnie, what's wrong? I'm like, there's nothing fucking wrong. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah, that's big, eh?
You know, that was big for me. Like I got really drained from that.
Yeah. So how long did you survive in this?
I survived in that island for 12 days. 12 days.
Wow. That's
in the
massive.
farm, 12 days. And the whole thing ran for 3 weeks because it got reduced because of Corona. So I was there for about half of it. Some people had to stay in there for like 26.
Yeah.
26
12 days is a long time, man.
Yeah.
To be in that, like that's
To be on.
like that'll really fuck with you mentally.
Well, I mean, look, I've had a few mates that have done reality shows as well, like The Bachelor and Farmer Wants a Wife and things like that, and they actually talk to the same challenge: is there's no downtime, no kind of unplug. You're very conscious of what you're saying, how you're reacting, how you present yourself, you know, and then I guess how that can be manipulated later on with snippets and reels and all that kind of stuff as well. So there was it's a real learning. What were some of your, I'm getting the sense actually you didn't really enjoy the experience.
In the moment, I enjoyed the experience. It was awesome. For me, 21, doesn't really know shit about life, doesn't know shit what to do for myself, the character that I should be, the character that is beneficial to people around you. I had no fucking clue. I just did what I wanted to do and what I felt was the right thing to do in the moment. So back then it was fun.
But what's really interesting is at 21, you recognised that you didn't have any downtime and you needed a network, you needed a safe space.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting for someone who's young.
Yeah. I mean, I feel I'm generally switched on to things that benefit me in my life.
Would you do it again?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I say like I don't regret it, but in the same sense, me with my knowledge now and the person that I am now, I would never do a reality show like that, nor any other reality show, because for me, I think about it like this. It's like you have people at home that watch the show and they laugh at you. What does that make you? A clown.
A jester.
A clown, yeah. And also it's just degenerate, bro. Like, like your relationships are private. What are you going and flirting with people and then making this girl upset or having a fight over a girl with this guy? Like, it's just something that I feel is not productive to show on the TV to the populace. I feel the populace is better learning about real news.
Yeah, 100%.
Stocks.
Spot on. But the thing is,
you know,
property,
exactly. Different job opportunities.
What you went through is not real life.
No, it's not.
So as long as you can understand that was just, you know, it was an experience that you got to experience, which, you know, 99.9% of the world will never be able to experience. But just take it like that, you know, it's not real. Whatever happened is not real.
Yeah, I will say one more thing on that point. And also, I'm not going to say it aggravates me. It just kind of like makes me a little bit disappointed at the world in general. Is, say I left the show. A lot of people in Australia watch Love Island. I leave this show, and for me, it's not an achievement. For me, I filled out an application. I didn't work to get my spot on the show. They liked the person that I was, and I ended up there. But I didn't do anything special. You watch TV and you have actors that are amazing in their craft. You have professional athletes amazing in their craft. And then you got reality TV, like a bunch of fucking bums that don't know what else to do with their life. So they go up on reality TV where they pay you $150 a day, jack shit. So you're actually losing money by not going to work. And when you leave, since a lot of people watch it and the audience, I'd say, is from 15 to up to like 40. You have like 40-year-old women that watch it. I had to go on the street and like, a lot of fucking people would come be like, oh, Ronnie, Love Island. Can I have a photo? Can I have this? And in my head, I'm thinking like, you're glorifying the wrong people, bro. Like I haven't done shit yet. Wait till I accomplish some shit, then come and do that stuff. But if you're glorifying me, you're probably glorifying the fuck out of the winners of the show or the people that were there for longer. Like, these are not the people that you want to replicate.
Pseudo heroes. Yeah.
It's bums, bro. Like, it's honestly bums. Like
bums. I love it. Yeah.
Like for if I got the offer on the table now, which by the way, like every now and again, I get random Instagram messages. Oh, can you apply for this show? You'd be a good fit. Oh, can you apply for this show? I just say, no, I'm busy. With what time, man? Like,
so I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Was there a reality TV show about boxers once or something?
I'm sure there would have been in America. I think there's one with this guy called something Colbert is his name.
Would you do one with boxing?
Depends what like the purpose of the show is. Like if there's a contract to fight on a show, 100%. But if it's one of those like kind of phony like like if it's a UFC like the old UFCs, you know, those ones that they had where they fight each other. The winner gets a contract with the UFC. I'd do that. But I wouldn't do one where it's like phony, like fake shit and people are acting for the cameras.
How much was shit staged on that as well?
I wouldn't say it's staged, so to say, but not everyone, most people put on a character because they have an idea of what the public would like to hear. So I would say a lot of the interactions are a little bit fake in the sense that people are putting a front, like a diplomatic front. But actually what goes on the show, like the producers can't lie. They can't like alter the sound and put something that
And
you
they can't
said.
ask you to do it again.
They can. That happened. Like there was sometimes they're like, "Oh, Ronnie, that was really fun, that activity you were doing with the guys and the girls. Go try do it again." And we'll record it again. Like there was a few repeats. Like we'll do something, they'll say, "Oh, repeat it." Like we want to get a better angle. But it's not fake. Like what I said and what they put on TV, I said.
Yeah.
Like it came out, but the context, they changed the context.
Yeah, I was wondering, did they portray you differently?
Yeah. Like they might take out events. Like say if you G up at John, because John like threw your coffee cup, or some shit like that, they might like take out the scene of John throwing the coffee cup and just show you punching John in the face, and then they'll edit in before that John saying something very tiny, minuscule, so it look like you G'd up over a small thing. Like that. Yes, that's producing, but it's not born out of thin air.
A mate of mine in the UK, she was a producer on Big Brother many years ago, and she would tell us about if depending on what kind of season they wanted to have, they would put they would decorate the house and furnish the house accordingly with what they were trying to create. So if they wanted a lot of friction in the house, you would have furniture with kind of sharp edges, hard edges, square furniture, rectangular furniture, less seats for everybody to sit on, that kind of stuff, or very small couches, so everybody was sitting very close together. If you wanted a very lovey-dovey kind of season with lots of, romance and cuddling and things, then you'd have a lot of soft furnishings. And again, it was really interesting to see how that was positioned to depending on what they wanted to.
That's really interesting. I never even considered that before. Interior designers should use that. Is there a video of her saying that? Should use that as advertisement.
No. Well, I mean, that's that. So a lot of shops use it. It's called atmospheric. So it's a bit like, even when you go into the supermarkets, you're kind of wired to go a certain way around a supermarket. You're wired to go left to right, which is ironic, isn't it? Because when you think about it, all the perishables and all the things that are going to dent and go hard and bruise,
first
you put them in your trolley first, and then you put all the heavy stuff, because all the washing and shampoos and things are the far right, and in the UK all the booze is there at the far right, and it tends to be a darker section of the supermarket because people get embarrassed about what they buy. But why would you do that? So you're putting everything on top of your fruit and veg that can bruise and is perishable.
Yeah, humans are clever. It
sounds like a fucking horrible experiment, to be honest.
Yeah. And in some department stores, they'll have hard surfaces and soft surfaces. So where they want you to move quickly throughout the department store, there'll be a hard surface. Where they want you to loiter and just mingle, if you look around all the clothes and dresses, there'll be carpets, because you walk slower on carpet and they want you to stick around there for longer.
That's interesting. That's genuinely interesting.
Yeah. Music has a big thing. Sense. I mean, look, in real estate,
if we're going to go out to the shopping centre, I'm going to start looking for different colours and sections. Yeah.
But actually, when you start to do it, you realise it. And
then wow.
even real estate agents, when they sell property, put the coffee on, fresh bread, that kind of stuff. It's just to do your senses. Yeah. Have you ever walked past a Subway?
Mate, you can smell it from a mile away.
Exactly right.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
I thought you meant like train station Subway, but I realised food Subway. Okay,
But
do that again?
It's not 2021.
But you said you can smell them from a mile away. But what does that do to your senses if you know what the smell is?
Oh, it pisses me off, to be honest.
Well, I'm not a fan of it.
It smells Subway from a fucking
pretty much
mile
confectionery, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, so it's interesting to hear some of your experience there as well.
These motherfuckers leave the door open for a reason at Subway. Smart.
So, mate, you mentioned about studying as well.
Yeah.
You're studying in the legal profession.
Yeah. I mean, the degree that I'm doing now is a law commerce degree. I started that as soon as I got out of high school, because I finished high school with like decent grades. Yep. Tried hard in school. Yeah. Studied hard. So I finished well, and then like I had no fucking clue what I wanted to do. Like genuinely, I had no idea. And my mum kept saying, "Oh, go do law. If you can get into law, go do law, go do law, go do law." So I ended up doing law, and I didn't like it at all at the beginning. And I had some time. I did it for like 2 years, and then I kind of had a year off. Actually, my year off was the year after Love Island. So I finished Love Island. I didn't go back to uni. So I took the year off. And then when I went back to uni, I hit an epiphany so Love Island finished, I hit an epiphany that like, okay, I got to do some productive shit with my life. Let's go back to boxing and start training in boxing again. And let's go and finish my degree at least. I might as well finish what I started. So when I went back to uni, I enjoyed it a lot more because I took it more like serious. It wasn't like, oh, fuck, why am I here studying? It's I'm studying here to get a degree that I can use for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I'm in that stage now. I'm not going to lie. I don't see myself practicing as a lawyer ever, but it would be a waste because I already owe the government 40K for the student loans. Be a waste to not have a law degree and still owe the government 40K, if you feel me.
Yeah, 100%.
I might as well finish it.
So your mum, when you finished school, told you to go do uni, to go do law, and now you're a boxer. What does she think about that?
Long time ago, she let me do my own thing.
Yeah.
She kind of trusted that I'll figure it out. Which, to be fair, I'm not gonna say I figured it out, but like I'm along the path of figuring it out now. Like me and my brother, we have our business together for painting. We work together. He also boxes. We train together.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's hectic. Yeah. I spend way more time with my family. Like when I turned 19, I was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm out," and moved out. Eventually ran out of money and was like, "Okay, shit, maybe I should move back in." but since being like a more productive person, bro, like actually like benefit people in the house. I'm not like just your classic Gen Z son. Like I work for a business and that business pays off our mortgage. And I'm way better with my family these days.
What about the safety aspect of it? How is she like with that?
How can all just derail?
No.
Or
like,
physically?
Yeah, physically. Like the physical side of things.
I mean, I kind of like, I really like the saying, like, in life, pick your poison. Like, we're all going to die one day. If I am like a zzz at 70, so be it. I like what I do. You know, so if I, and by the way, my style, like, I don't get clocked heaps. Like, my head's not snapping back. I get hit on guards and stuff. But I can count on my hand how many concussions I've got from boxing, and I've like I train with decent guys, like, and I've sparred with decent guys. So I don't feel I'm going to be one of those boxers that's just going to get brain damage straight away. I feel like if I do have physical effects from boxing, it'll come later in life, 60s, 70s, 80s, hopefully. Yeah. You never know. But cool. I'm gambling in that
Choose
sense.
your poison as well. Everyone's going to die of something. It's true. It's very true.
It sounds like your safe space is boxing. So just kind of listening to what you've said, you started it, you've then done some study, you've returned back to it, you did your reality stuff, you've come back to it. It sounds like that's your, that's the place where you go to be focused, be present. I know you said you were struggling with it, but
in training at least I'm present. Yeah.
I'm the same as well, actually, because it's the one thing I think, and maybe driving as well. I don't drive as much as you, but when you box, you have to be present because you're going to get hit.
Yeah,
and you got to try and there's a lot going on. There's obviously your movement, the other person's movement, but so you have to be there, which is one thing I like about it in a busy world.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got mutual friends that they love driving because it's almost meditative. They like driving fast because they have to be so on it. And I guess it's that kind of risk rewards. It's almost meditative from that side. Meditative for you?
Yeah, it can be. You don't really think about anything else when you've got the fear of death.
Are you as focused on your bike as you are on the motorbike as you are in your car?
Oh, around the track, motorbike's way more fucking fun.
Well, what bike do you have?
Ducatis.
So you got bigger bikes. Nice.
Yeah, 1299 S is what I take on the track. It's an absolute weapon. So an average race car down City Motorsport Park can do 260, 270, depending on the aero. My bike on the back wheel can do 305.
Have you gone 305?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you lift up to sort of air brake and then you tip in. I'm telling you now, the fear of death that you get on a motorbike, and when you fucking nail it and you're just going and like it's like Star Wars when shit goes warp speed.
The fastest I've gone was 190, and even 190 I can feel the the wheels start vibrating heavy, and I'm like, okay, slow down. 300 would be insane.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But yeah, it's such a rush, man. Such a rush. Cars a good rush as well because, corner speed's a lot higher in a car in comparison to a bike. But straight line speed is like unreal on a bike.
Yeah.
Unless you get like an F1 car, which I don't drive. So
Not yet, mate.
No. We've got an F3 car coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is going to be pretty cool. But anyway, that's another story.
We'll do a story on you, mate. Mate, I think we've got it all.
Done. Thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you for sharing your story.
See you tomorrow morning at the gym.
Absolutely.
When's your next fight?
I hope I'll have one in February, but definitely March will be I already have one booked for March.
Yeah.
And I'll probably have one booked for April as well because my brother's fighting on one in April, but I hope I can get one in February.
And how can people find out where you're fighting?
The gym posts our fights, and I will eventually start posting them on Instagram once I get that present thing right. because then it doesn't matter who comes. But if I'm going into a fight now and I know all my boys and shit at the back, I'm thinking like I got to impress. So once I get that present thing right, then I start inviting everyone. And
So what's the @ for Instagram for the gym? @Darkside Gym?
Darkside Gym, yeah, would be the Instagram. And my Instagram is Ronnie_Krongold1.
Okay. Hectic. Thank you very much for coming out, man.
Cheers,
that was
buddy.
that was an awesome conversation.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, honestly.
We'll leave the links in the description as well. Make sure you give them a follow.